Got me a new toy. Feel sorry for the other boxes on that truck. This is an excavator thumb. I've wanted one for a while. Kind of always had it in my head that I'd make one, but this was $200 on Amazon shipped, and I'd spend that much on steel. I don't know how they do it. Goes together like so. This welds to the arm of the machine and allows you to come and pinch logs and rocks and things with between these teeth in your bucket. Really nothing to it. Hard to see these working. The big pin goes in, the little pin goes in there, and then this ring kind of snaps over there. But like, that's just going to disappear. So we're going to have to do something about that. The other thing that I notice is that it doesn't stow. Would be nice when I didn't want to use it. Fold it up flat against the arm and have it be out of the way. And I don't know why it doesn't stow, because it would be really easy. Also don't know why there's two options here. Does it reach? Yeah, there's no way to get a pin in that hole in the use configuration unless this is for stowing it, which, yeah, that would work. So I think what wants to happen is there wants to be another hole there, so that can fold up, pin, and then if there was a hole there, you could do that and that, put your extra pin up here, and this would fold up pretty slim. So we're going to do that before we weld it on there while I can still get it on a drill press. So what I'm doing now is lining this up to transfer this hole. These pins are very loose, which is good. You want it to assemble easily. But it means that if I just put this pin in this hole and mark that, these two parts would inevitably be offset by the clearances in here. So I'm actually aligning it with the pin out. It's just by eye, I can get it a lot closer to concentric. And then I'm going to mark for that. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. For the record, this is a terrible hole. That's as slow as this drill press goes. It needs to be going way slower to get good results with a bit this big, but work with the tools you have. My 1-inch drill bit is pretty much shot, but we got there. All right, now there's my new hole. This is on there. I can pull those pins, fold that up, and that there, throw that pin to the top, and it'll stow flat with no loose parts. Yeah, it's time to put it on the machine. All right, so that's the bucket curled all the way up. A little scrap of wood as a spacer in there. And I'm going to tack this on here. And that should make sure that nothing interferes or gets crunched or does anything dumb. But I'm not going to fully weld it yet. I'm going to tack it, and then I'm going to put the whole thumb together and fold it and unfold it and check the whole range of motion of this bucket. I have another bucket. I'm going to switch to that, check the range of motion on it, make sure I'm happy with this position. And then if all that's fine, I'm going to come back and finish welding this. All right, everything seems happy with this bucket. All right, so this is the grading bucket. Looks like it's fine, clears everything. I have two issues. Let me show you the first. So there's the first issue. In the stow position, this can hit in here. I'm not too worried about that for two reasons. One, I never do this. Why would you need to do this? The only time you might do this is parking it on a trailer to transport it or something like that. Like, you would never dig with this much curl. The other reason is that this will probably be almost exclusively used with the regular bucket, not with the big grading bucket. And if you noticed, it's substantially longer than the regular bucket is. It comes in about here. So I'm going to shorten this, probably. I'm going to live with it for a little while and see how I like it and get used to it before I start cutting. But the reason I bought one that was too long was two reasons. One, it's easier to make things shorter than longer. So if I decided I liked it with an underbite, I could keep it. Maybe there's a reason that that's good that I haven't thought of yet because I haven't used one of these. The other reason was that it was cheaper. This is a 32-inch thumb, and it was $200, and a 24-inch thumb was $240. I mean, whatever, $40. Like, that was the deciding factor, but I decided to get the long one, and then I can cut it to any length that I want after I use it and get used to it. So this doesn't really bother me, but that is the only interference I see with this mounted in this location. The second problem is, you probably noticed I was struggling with my welder a little bit with these tacks. They were spattering and giving really poor quality and quite porous. It was acting like I was out of shielding gas, which is crazy because I just bought shielding gas, and my last bottle lasted me 5 years. And I've had this one for, I don't know, 5 weeks, but the bottle's empty, so it is out of shielding gas. And I don't know how that happened. I shut the valve when I'm not using the welder. I inspected the hose. There's no leaks that I can find. I've been welding a little more often recently than the last 5 years, but I did 10 times more welding in the last week of my old bottle doing the excavator forks than I have done total with this bottle that's now empty. So there's a problem. I either have a leak or a faulty cylinder, or they shorted me. I don't know. So I'm going to have a conversation with somebody at Central Welding Supply, trying to figure out what's going on here, because there is no way I've used that much shielding gas since I bought that tank. Anyway, none of that's really especially important for this video. The point is, I can't finish this today. I can't finish welding it on, and since it's just tacked, I can't really use it. I can't go pick stuff up and play around and demonstrate how it's supposed to function because I'll break it off. So I guess that's a really long-winded of saying I'll see you in a week. For now, this is gonna get stowed and parked and gonna sit until I have the materials and tools to finish the job. Thanks to the magic of editing, I immediately have a full bottle of shielding gas, and it's time to finish welding this thing on here. Glue breaker. Again? This is really pushing the limits of what this poor little Hobart 140 can do. I'm really struggling here because where I want to be to do this weld, the sun is shining right in the inside of my mask and I can't see anything. Maybe I can do it from this side. Well, those are some pretty atrocious looking welds. They're going to be strong, and that's what I care about. Let's go pick some stuff up. Check that out. Eh? That's pretty cool. All right, that's pretty great. Definitely need some more practice with it and struggles a little bit with the really rotten stuff, just to be expected. But yeah, this is a big win. I really like this thing. I'm already thinking about tweaks, of course. It's too long, we talked about that. I think 2, maybe 3 teeth off. Cool thing is that's just this one piece that I can unpin, so I can, anytime I feel like it, I can take that off, carry it into the shop, modify it, and put it back on. It's not part of the machine. Also thinking I can do a little better with the stow position. If I slot out that hole and put some more lugs up here, I can make it so I only have to pull 1 pin instead of 2 pins to stow it. So I think I'm gonna live with it for a little while and see how in the way it is. Like, am I stowing it all the time to get it out of the way, or do I tend to just leave it where it is and work around it? And that'll probably inform how much work I'm willing to put into the stow position. Anyway, first pass, off the shelf, Amazon.com thumb, win. I'm a happy customer.